Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone can hear me okay. This is kind of an impromptu. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone can hear me okay. This is kind of an impromptu. Hope everyone can hear me okay. Let me try this again. Let me try this again. I have a ton of feedback coming through, guys, and I don't know why. Give me just a second to get it sorted out. Let me try this again. I have a ton of feedback coming through, guys, and I don't know why. Give me just a second. Aha, I found it. Marine Corps, what is up, my friend? How are you, sir? I see that you are in the chat, and I just remembered that I needed to mute my mic. So no feedback, no problem. Everything's good. All right, guys. So looks like we got about 4 people right now. Hopefully, some people will trickle in here as the show goes on. But I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on what my weekend was like. All good now? Good deal, pal. Thank you. So, good working, but it's overtime. Well, overtime for you or overtime for me? Because this is kind of like overtime for me too. Yeah, so I wanted to tell you guys about my weekend and kind of fill you in on what happened and tell you about the content that's getting ready to come out. I'll tell you about a video I just released. Actually, 2 videos I just released. I want to make sure you guys are aware of them. And I also answer some questions. BB, how you doing? So first, I took the day off work on Friday and went to Bangkok. And I went to Bangkok for 2 reasons. The first reason is I am closing a IRA that I had back in the States. And in order, guys, don't bank with Wells Fargo, please. Just don't ever do it. In order for them to close that IRA, excuse me. Ooh, got to, gosh, bless me. Had to sneeze. In order for them to close that IRA, they had to have a notarized signature. Now, it cost me $32 for the hotel in Bangkok and $50 for a notary signature in the U.S. Embassy. So I was a little upset by that. The IRA I closed out is not, tons of money, but it's enough for what I need going on. No pictures tonight, BB. I just got out of the shower and I'm not looking the best in the world. I don't have my makeup on, so can we have pick 2? I don't understand what that means, my friend. So anyway, get to Bangkok and go to the U.S. Embassy and get that done. Get that taken care of, and then I had to go see an attorney after that was handled. So that took pretty much the rest of the afternoon there, and got everything taken care of that I needed to get taken care of in Bangkok. Thankfully, communications between American attorneys that operate out of these Southeast Asian countries are actually not that difficult in terms of contacting people back in the States that need to handle legal matters. So if you guys ever get in trouble or you ever have trouble with someone over in Southeast Asia, just know that it is very feasible to handle your legal problems without going back home. And when I say problems, I don't necessarily mean you did anything wrong, but if somebody's done something to you, it's definitely a lot easier than I thought it would be. I was expecting to have to fly home several times and do some other things, but I didn't have to. So that's enough about Bangkok. That was pretty much all of my Bangkok trip. I arrived in Pattaya late Friday afternoon, and met up with a friend. And so we began. I had never been to Walking Street in Pattaya before, and he was telling me about it. And he said, somewhere you got to go. You got to go just for the experience and check it out. So we went, and I have to tell you, I was shocked at the differences between Walking Street in Pattaya and Walking Street in Angeles in the Philippines. Yeah, me too, Marine Corps. Me too, because I had to play defense for a long time, but it's time to move forward with everything and hopefully close this out and put it behind me, because it's just one of those things that needs to go away desperately. And I'm gonna make it real easy. It just depends on how hard headed the other parties involved want to be. So anyway, I get to Pattaya and have some dinner. Head down Walking Street. I will have a video within the next 3 to 5 days on Walking Street, and on that video, I'm going to make an announcement in regards to the content that I've been talking about that'll be coming out, that will be available privately to members. I'm going to have a bunch of information for you guys. The website is already up. It's just not finished yet, but it is working properly, and all that stuff's coming. So you guys that are like loyal followers of mine that I genuinely appreciate, just know that there's some good opportunities coming your way for more information, more content, much easier access to me. An entire community is what I hope to build out of all this, and I think you guys will find it very valuable. That's my hopes anyway. So Walking Street, we went over the total of Friday and Saturday night. I think we did 14 clubs. Went in, sat down. I drank a Coke. He drank his drink. And we basically just did some research. I was doing research because I wanted to be able to bring back information for you guys. And I put together a video on Walking Street. And then I've also put a review together of the bars and go-go's on Walking Street and what I thought about. Remember, this is YouTube. We have to keep it politically correct, so you guys will have to understand what I'm saying. But I put together a review on what I thought of the aesthetics of the place in terms of looks, and not just talking about the building. I also put together a review on what I thought about the entertainment value, because if you've ever been in establishments like this, many times you'll find that it's very dead. There's no energy, or the drinks are just outrageously expensive, things of that nature. And I've got a full review coming on between 8 and 12 of the places that we visited, because there were a few that just weren't even worth mentioning, really. So that's pretty much what I did Friday and Saturday night. Did you go? I did, Scott. I made it to the windmill. Went both nights, as a matter of fact. That was that was a definitely an experience for sure. I think I rated that place like out of five. I rated everything on a 5-star scale, and I gave it like a 4.99 out of entertainment value, because it was very, very entertaining. Aesthetically, it wasn't the best in the world, but the entertainment value was wow. It was very different. And there are going to be many others coming up that you guys will get to hear about. And I have to be honest with you. I'm telling you the God's honest truth. I understand it's hard for men to believe that other men can go in these establishments and not drink and not partake in the extracurricular activities, but I was literally there to do research, guys. When the website is finished and everything, the content becomes available, I think you will understand more why I was there. Sure, who doesn't like to go in a place like that, you know, and look around and see the scenes and have the girls flirt with you a little bit. I mean, that's, you know, sure, it's cool, but it's not. I mean, I'm not the type of person that has research. I I know it's like I said, you know, it comes across as very hard to believe, and that's fine. I don't expect everybody to believe me, but I think when the content comes out, you will have a better perspective on my perspective of what I'm doing and why. I did not go to Insomnia. That is one that I did not even think about going to. But I will make it on another trip. I actually decided while I was there that so Pattaya has so much more to offer than what I thought. There's the island out there. There's parasailing. There are these, you know, boat trips. There's a floating restaurant. There's tons of stuff on Walking Street that are unrelated to women. You know, there's food. There's these stands where they make these handmade chicken kebabs that was just phenomenal food, man. Phenomenal food. Some of the best food I've ever had in my life on Walking Street. I also do research all the time. Larry, but you're really into Bangkok. I am into Bangkok. I love Bangkok. The good thing about if I do move back to Bangkok, you know, it's only an hour and a half or so from Pattaya. What unrelated to women? The food, the food stands are unrelated to women. Have you ever stayed at LK Metro? What's it like? Yes, Joe, I stayed there 4 times. I believe I've stayed in LK Metro 4 times. iRovers has been the place there. I had a room booked beside iRovers, but they canceled. They said they had a technical difficulty. So I actually just put out a video today, this afternoon. If you want to watch it after this live stream, it's a hotel review on the place that I stayed. I think you pronounce it Maleeze, Maleeze, I think is how you spell it. It was a very nice hotel. I got it on sale, hotels.com for $22.50 a night. So I got a reasonable price. That's a little more than I like to pay because I can stay at iRovers and LK Metro for you know, a little bit of nothing, $15. Let's see what you guys got going on over here. The weather over there next week, rain. Yeah, it rained a little bit, pal, but nothing major. It ain't been too bad. Scott says, Kevin Thailand is the ambassador to the windmill. You two should get together. Contrast personality. I've met Kev, and I don't think we have contrasting personalities. We got along great. I thought Kev was a real nice guy. I met him, sat down, talked to him for a while, hung out, and he was super nice. I have absolutely nothing but positive things to say about Kev. He was a great guy, really was. I mean, oh, you're talking about the hotel itself. No, Joe, I have not stayed in that hotel. Although when I was booking my room for the weekend, that was the place I was booking, and it literally sold out while I was on the phone with hotels.com because they were canceling my reservation. Larry, I had just about decided to go to the Philippines, but listening to you the last month or so, you just about had me convinced to come to Thailand. I'm telling you, man, you know, do whatever is in your heart, Larry. But for me personally, Thailand's where it's at. I mean, it just is. I'm not saying anything negative about the Philippines, but there's just so much more here, and the infrastructure is just so much better. It's just simpler to do the same things that you would do in the Philippines, and things here, the quality of things here are just better in general. You know, so I don't know. That's a decision you'll have to make, Larry. But I'll tell you, man, I love Thailand. I really do. It's a good place. I want all things related to women. Otherwise, we're wasting time. Ladyboard's good. I don't, man. I'm gonna tell you, you need to get on Soy Bocal right in front of the entrance to LK Metro, and if that Ladyboys are your thing, that's your spot, BB. Because there is a ton of ladyboy bars there. That is definitely not my thing. Nothing against transgender people, but I don't have any opinion one way or the other. But that's definitely not my thing. But there are plenty of ladyboy bars in Pattaya. Plenty. Near Lumpy Park. I don't know I'm sorry. I don't know where that is, Razzle. I'm not sure. I've heard of it though. Everyone are both great. Traveling around alone, lots planned. Yeah. I typically travel, as you guys know or may not know. I typically travel solo all the time. However, this weekend it was very, very nice to have someone to travel with, and he has more experience in Thailand than I do in Pattaya. So he was able to say, let's go here, let's go there, let's try this food, let's go look at prices on this. When I was talking about parasailing and stuff. And kind of showed me where the agencies were. And, those are things I'm going to do, which brings me to something I wanted to kind of run by you guys, because the guys that are in the chat right now are, some of the people that you guys pretty much comment on every video. I know some of you a little bit. And hang on, Lingo says, let me part nice area near the embassies near. So oh, okay. I'm familiar with that area. I just didn't know that's what it was called. Thanks, Lingo. So what I've decided to do is I have 14 days off in October, and I found I have a tooth issue that I need to get taken care of. So I'm going to go to a dentist in Pattaya. I made an appointment there because my friend went and had some awesome dental work done for a very, very reasonable price. So I'm going to try that. I set an appointment already. I'm going to spend about 5 to 7 days of that in Pattaya. And I'm going to go to the island, and I'm going to go parasailing, and I'm going to really do some evaluations on both LK Metro and Walking Street, some more in-depth stuff, because I was really bouncing in and out of these places. I mean, we weren't there to time. I had a Coke at each place, and he had his drink at each place, and that was it. One drink, that was it. Done. Why do I like Pattaya? Well, I'm gonna have a video coming out later, either this week or next week, called "You Need to Remember That Pattaya Is Not Reality." Pattaya is a good place to go to escape from reality, and it's not that I need an escape from reality, but it's a good place to go where you can just, I don't want to say let loose or not be yourself or anything like that, but it's just a good place to go and enjoy yourself. I mean, it's, yeah. Why is it so funny about me doing research on Walking Street? I mean, you guys want the information. I get the request all the time. How much is this on Walking Street? What do you think about this bar? What do you think about this? And I can't answer the question because I've never been. So I finally went, and now, believe me, it's just research. I assure you. I don't have the money to engage in the extracurricular activities that Walking Street has to offer. I'm just going to tell you straight up, or LK Metro for that matter. I just don't have that kind of money. Nor is that's never been my thing. And it probably never will be, I'm sure. Need to pay Bangkok a visit. Oh, wait, Joe says, I'm in Pattaya in October. We can grab beer. Absolutely, Joe. Keep me posted. For right now, you can stay in touch with me on Facebook Messenger, but there's going to be new ways of staying in touch coming up soon. Pal says, I need to pay Bangkok a visit. I've only been to Wat Po. Any pointers? Anyone Bangkok will be good. Thanks. If you're going for the ladies, get around somewhere around Nana Plaza. Terminal 21 is a good place to go and hang out if you want to go shopping. MBK, I believe, is the name of the big mall there. That's like 6 stories or 7 stories of anything you could possibly want. Anything you can get in the West, you can get in MBK. So all those are good places for you, pal. Scott says Pattaya is Disney World for adults, Los Angeles is Disneyland. That very good analogy, Scott. I have to say I agree with you 100%. Mike, I am in Pattaya in September. If you want a beer from UK and have not many Texans, I understand, Mike. I'm sure I'll be there in September, and we'll get together. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger. I'll be there for research too. I'm sure you will. Pattaya's for the party and relax, but definitely not reality. Yeah. That I hear you, bud. Nothing wrong with that. But it's a good place, really, to relax. And guys, I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. I haven't done any in 7 years plus. And I can go into these places and have fun. So I can imagine what guys that, go, and don't get me wrong. Listen, I was in there for, I mean, I just told you, we did about a total of right around 15 clubs. So I saw people. I saw one get thrown completely out of a club because he was acting like an arrogant prick and, calling a girl fat and cussing her out and stuff, just uncalled for. I mean, I know, people don't usually put the highest standards on girls that are in the entertainment industry for a living, but they're still women. You still respect them. I mean, no reason to be all crazy. I heard if you don't have money in Pattaya, pay for play, it can get lonely. I would imagine that is 100% correct, Mike. I would imagine that is 100% correct. I can't deal because I don't currently have a girlfriend, and I'm not really into, like I said, I'm not, pay for play is not my thing. So I can imagine if you're in Pattaya and you are into pay for play, there's probably a good chance if you don't have any money, you're going to be more depressed, which brings us to the flying club that I'm sure you've heard about, where all these rich people go broke in Pattaya and throw themselves off the hotel balconies. John, I don't think I've seen you here before. Welcome. Pattaya is one for parties and hookers. Philippines chicks are free. Well, I don't know about the Philippines chicks being free, but I believe if memory serves me correct, when I was in Angeles, it was a little cheaper. The Nana Plaza sign in front of Nana Hotel, great. Yep. Never taken any home, but they're certainly out there. Also, for you guys that don't know, Beach Road after about 8 p.m. from 8 to 11, it is rocking with women standing on the side of the beach. They will not speak to you. You have to speak to them, because if they speak to you, it's solicitation. This is something I just learned this weekend. I was educated by my friend, and you will see a lot of people from all over the world standing talking to these girls. I assume they're negotiating. So just a little piece of information there. Won't get a free ride, Pattaya. I'm sure that's correct. Yeah, you're all right, BB. I don't think you're trying to be rude, man. Just having a little fun. I understand. Try to just don't get too nasty over there in the sidebar, because YouTube will pull my video, and that won't be that won't be a good thing. I want this information to be able to stay up for whoever needs it. So basically, is there's going to be some information coming from you guys, and Larry, if you're still in here and you're still on the fence about Thailand or the Philippines, maybe you should come to Thailand before you go to the Philippines and check it out. I don't know. Me personally, 9 months in the Philippines, and this is my, let's see, April, May, June, July, August. This is my 4th month in Thailand, and I can tell you that I am far more happier in Thailand than I ever thought about being in the Philippines. This is a 7 years in Pattaya, John. Wow. My friend lived in Pattaya for 6 years, and he told me a lot of stories. But 7 years, that's a long time to live in Pattaya. Maybe I need to get you on the show sometime to talk about that. That would be great. I always wonder how people that live. I don't think I could live in Pattaya. I don't think I could live in Pattaya. It's too much for me. I like to be able to go and relax, and maybe like Jomtien or something like that. And that, what makes it so much better? Is there more stories? Is it more stores? Is it cleaner, or what? Thailand is much, much cleaner than any part of the Philippines, with the exception of Subic Bay, Olongapo, and Barreto. I've been to those areas in the Philippines, and they were very, very clean. However, the vast majority of the Philippines is a dirty country. And again, I love the Philippines. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just telling you the truth. Eli, hey, buddy. Thailand's all around much nicer than the Philippines. I agree with that statement. 100%. Are you going to sign up for Patreon, Jeremy? Well, that's where I'm talking about. Patreon made more sense than building a separate website because I just don't have the time to build a separate website. So I'm going to be putting a messenger app called Signal. I'm going to be doing some type of daily vlogging if their Lens application is available yet. It's supposed to be new. I'm going to be doing a bi-weekly live stream at 2 different times so I can hit everybody across the time zones that listen to my channel. It'll be a private live stream for patrons only. There'll be the behind the scenes content that I'll be able to put up. There'll be the nightlife videos that I'll be able to introduce into that. The Facebook group is going to be private and unlisted, so for only you guys, and the nightlife content will go in there. I'll also go live from various places. I think and I'm not done putting content in there yet. I think there's going to be a real value there, and it's going to be really, really inexpensive too. John says buildings are nicer in Thailand. I agree for the most part. Thai or the Philippines more friendly. That's a wash, really. Just the language barrier can be a problem. How do you compare styles of food? I hate Thai food. It's too spicy. I can't do it. But other than that, if you get Western style food here, it's cool. John says girls are better in the Philippines. I don't know. I got burnt by a couple there. But, and I'm sure it can happen here in Thailand too. I'm glad you brought up Jomtien. I'm considering going there. How easy is it to get women there compared to other places? Haven't been to Jomtien yet. But it's the Thai approachable, particularly somewhere like Pattaya, obviously. But most of the time, if you're in Pattaya and approaching women, they're going to want money. How long is a piece of? Oh, he's asking somebody else. Cheap Charlie really misses Pattaya. You can hear it in his voice. Yeah, you can. I listen to him sometimes. He's got his year to wait until he can get back. I'm sure he'll come back because you can tell that he really enjoyed Thailand. And he's doing a really good job on his channel, by the way. Also, I heard he was showing his face now, but Thais eat spicy foods. Yes, they do, and they're terrible, terrible on your stomach. Horrible on your stomach. On my stomach, anyway. I have a very weak stomach. Mike says girls in Thailand seem to be in better shape. Philippine girls can be a bit chubby on the stomach. I'm going to say, Mike, that to me that's a wash as well because, yeah, you have a point. There's maybe a little bit more in shapeness. Let's call it. But for the part, I'm going to say that's going to be kind of a wash. Really, it just depends on where you're at location wise. How's Pattaya treating Jeremy? It's good, Ian. I don't live there, but when I go, it's fun. It's fun. I have a good time. It's good to go relax, get away, and just enjoy myself. I just relax and eat great food. There's some really, really good food in Pattaya. Really good place. Diverting attention away from the nightlife. I'm telling you, there's some good places to eat. No, I heard about his drunk live stream, Marine Corps. That's why my friend was telling me he watches Cheap Charlie all the time and said that he started showing his face on his drunk live stream. So I don't know. I walked. Do you guys know the holistic trainer? I'm and his girlfriend last night on Beach Road at about midnight. I didn't speak to him or anything, but I saw him. That dude is tall, man. He's like 6'4" or something. Big guy. Cheap Charlie, it's fun to listen to. Videos are more informative. Keep it up. Thank you, Eli. I appreciate that. I really enjoy bringing you guys these videos. I have a lot of fun interacting with you. I really, really do. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Let's go back and watch Pattaya and the restaurants and nightlife for second to none. I agree with that statement, James. I completely agree with that statement. The food is just, it really is incredible. Smoking Joe's that was mentioned up there. I love Smoking Joe's. It is one of my favorite places to eat. Get a big thing of ribs, and they give you, pulled pork with it. And I mean, it's a ton of food, and it's a reasonable price too. Lone Star good. Hadn't been to Lone Star, but they have, there's a place called Bronx Pizza. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. Excuse me. But Bronx Pizza is, it's off of Soy Bocal, and it is owned by a guy from New Jersey. I actually interviewed him in one of my prior videos, and this guy is super nice. The store there, and they have a kiosk on the other side of Bocal, and where you can buy slices of pizza. And I'm going to tell you, if you like New York style pizza, that, man, you can get a little slice of home right there at Bronx Pizza. It is some good stuff. Good stuff. And it's cheap. I think I paid for a slice of pizza. When I say a slice, I mean a big slice of pizza. A pizza and a Coke for $100. I mean, that's just a little over $3. You really can't beat that. You certainly can't eat like that in America. That's for sure. Staff were a bit off. I actually haven't had any problems with the staff. They've been friendly to me, they've been friendly to me. They were pretty good. I haven't ran into that issue yet, and the owner was just absolutely fantastic. So, someone wants to live in Southeast with a minimum income like 500 USD a month. Expect the accommodation fee like rent. What do you recommend? I recommend not coming. That's what I recommend. Just being honest with you, BB. That is not enough money. It's not enough. 500 USD is just not enough money to live here comfortably. You're not going to have a life. You're just not. I'm sorry. Tam G, there he is. For those who want to experience Thai culture, Pattaya is not the place to blow the doors off like you wish you could have done in college. It is a spot. Yeah, Tim, I have to say I agree with you. That's been my experience also. Good to see you in the chat there. Eli says 500 is not enough. I have to say that I completely agree with that. 500 I'm not even sure you could live here off $500 a month. 2,000, you'll be good, Marine Corps. 2,000, you should be fine. Especially if you want to live in a provincial location. What is the minimum? Me personally, I wouldn't live here for less of a residual income of $1,500 a month. That would be my bare minimum, because that's going to get you just enough. You can live in a place like I live in a place now that's 4,000 baht rent. The electric is and water together 100, and that leaves enough left over for groceries, and then I can still travel a little bit here and there. But I'm working also, so I have a little bit of extra income. I wouldn't come less than 1,500 personally. Me, there are many people that come here on 1,000 and do it fine, but I personally would not do that. Yes, and AM makes a good point there. 500 for a local would work, but you're always going to. And I even touched on that, or I'm sorry, I hadn't put that video out yet, but the video that'll come out either tomorrow or the next day will touch on being taken advantage of in taxis and cabs, and they're always going to rob you. Always, not literally hold you at gunpoint, rob you, but they're always going to take advantage of you, always financially. 9 more years till I retire again, then I'll be over. Wow, 9 more. It'll go by before you know it. I hope, my friend. 1,500 minimum. Yep. Quality of life is key for me. I'm 100% there with you. Do I pronounce your name Johnny? Is that right? Is it Joni, or I'm not sure. I think it's Joni. You have to tell me. Put a spelling on there. John says, if you guys are looking for a girlfriend or wife, Filipino girls are romantic and have American accent, don't ask for money. Well, okay, hang on a second. Whereas the Thai girls are, nah, no. Okay, John. You make a point. You make a legitimate point. However, the Filipino girls are the most jealous women I've ever met in my life, and to me, it makes me uncomfortable. They're just full of jealousy, and it's a bad thing. They do speak English, which makes it for an easier dialogue, certainly. I got lucky, and the girls that I was with in the Philippines didn't ask for money, but I supported by their foreigner boyfriends. I have had a short relationship with a Thai girl here. She was definitely not a hooker. She was well educated, very, very intelligent young lady, and I have to say she was one of the all around best people I know. And she never asked me for one penny, not even remotely. Let's say a guy has a budget of $2,800 a month. Can he enjoy life in the Philippines or Thailand? For $2,800 a month, either one. If you make $2,800 a month, Larry, I would come to Thailand because I mean, unless you want to live, it depends on what you want. If you want a provincial life, then $2,800 in the Philippines, you're going to be able to live however you want to, but you're just not going to be able to get all of the Western amenities. $2,800 a month, even in more provincial locations here in Thailand, you can still find the Western amenities. In many of the provincial locations where you cannot do that, the infrastructure of the country is just about a decade behind Thailand. And again, not talking about the Philippines in a negative way. I'm just saying that's a fact. $2,800 a month in Thailand would keep you a very, very happy man. I assure you. Yeah, Eli is laughing at the American accent. Yeah, I think he meant language, and I pretty much understand. I don't think John's necessarily wrong on his statement, but my experience has been a little bit different from that. Ian says Casa España in Southcliff near Cozy Beach Hotel is okay. Condominium is very, very cheap long term. It's behind the Wishing Well. Be worth a review. Where is that at, Ian? Is it in India or is it in another location in Thailand? Jealousy, 100%. It's a tool they use to extract. Yeah, it really is, Eli. Jealousy is, all women are jealous in my experience, but in the Filipino culture, it's a whole nother level. I mean, it's I can't really describe it. I want to know where you're at every second of the day, what you're doing, when you're doing it, how you're doing it, where you're going to be. I mean, it's in some ways kind of crazy, to be honest. Lingo says they do have an American-ish twang relative to say Brit. That's true. They do, Lingo. That's a very accurate statement. Near Cozy Beach, Pattaya. Oh, okay. I got you, Ian. All right. Wow. I have to check that out for sure. Steve, what is the employment situation like there? I don't see many jobs advertised for executive level positions. Well, there are, Steve. There are many jobs here with executive level positions. You can go DB, go to what's this one? The Satan Satan, I think. You can go and look. There are many corporate jobs here to be had. I guess it would just depend on what your area of expertise is, Steve. But I know they hire people here for executive level positions, foreigners all the time, for sure. It's between Pattaya and Jomtien. Okay. All right, good. Well, that'd be a good spot for me because I definitely want to visit Jomtien. You can't even casually glance at another Filipina. That's true, Eli. Another true statement. If you do, you better be prepared to pay the consequences. There's a pool on rooftop also. Wow. That'd be nice. I lived in me nuts for jealousy crap. I feel you, Marine Corps. Ian, I lived in a place in Mobolo in Cebu in the Philippines, and it was I forgot what the actual name of the condo was. Mobolo Flats, I think. And it had a pool very near the top, overlooking Cebu, and it was just amazing. It was amazing, especially at night. You could oversee the city. You could see Mandawi, and it was pools on top of it. It's very nice. AM says, would you ever live in a place further north like Chiang Mai? I'm going to visit Chiang Mai, and I will answer that question for you after I have visited there. Probably, to answer your question, AM, probably. Hello from Pattaya. Hugh, how you doing, man? Just missed you. I just came back this morning. Mark, I like young Thai women because their stores are shorter. Stores are shorter? Steve, Director of Operations Telecommunications. Man, there should be plenty of jobs for you, Steve. Get on some of these websites, these executive level websites. Go to, and in fact, use LinkedIn to make a few connections. If you're not already on LinkedIn, well, if you're an exec, you're probably already on LinkedIn, and I would encourage you to use LinkedIn to your advantage. It helped me get my job here, so I'm sure it could help you as well. There's the other Larry. What's up, brother? How you doing? Good to see you. Chiang Mai is cheap, but full of mosquitoes everywhere. Oh, I'm not a big mosquito fan. I got to be honest with you. I'm terrified of them. I'm terrified of dengue and malaria. But I want to go to Chiang Mai just for the experience, of course. I'm going to take the overnight train and go there from Bangkok. Stories, Mark. Their stories are short. I hear you, man. I hear you. Too many Farang in Chiang Mai, but it is worth seeing. Larry, and which is why I don't plan on moving there anytime soon. But I definitely want to check it out just to see what it's like. Hugh says, I wish Thai women love me as much as Chiang Mai mosquitoes love me. Yeah, well, I haven't had the love from a Chiang Mai mosquito yet, but I wish there was a Thai lady that loved me. That would be nice. You won't. I love the sentence. You won't get malaria, dengue, maybe. Well, that doesn't make me feel any better. Have you talked about the legal issues you had in the field? Yeah, I discussed them just briefly and just said that I went to the U.S. Embassy for 2 reasons, and one of those was in conjunction with that, Eli. And I got the necessary paperwork and final affidavit that I needed there, and I saw an attorney later in the afternoon on Friday. So hopefully that's now officially in motion, and I'm going to make it really easy on these people in the fields, but it's going to be up to them how much ego they want to hang on to. It's going to be up to them. Farang and Thais, Durang in Cambodia. What are we in Vietnam? Hey, that's a good question. Eli, aren't you in Vietnam? They call us Farang in here, and gosh, I even forgot what they called us in the Philippines. What do they call us in the Philippines? I can't remember. They call us something in the Philippines as well. I think Eli can answer that question. I believe he's in Vietnam. No less than second class on train if you want to be comfortable. Yeah, I'm going. If I go, well, when I go there, I'll definitely get the nicest seat I possibly can, and I'll get. I know they have those that fold out into a bed, and that'll definitely be one that I take. Vietnam, we are just foreigners. Cool. I'm gonna make a plan to come to Vietnam at some point. It may be spring of next year. And Eli, I may talk to you offline. There's the word, TAY. I may talk to you offline at some point regarding a few issues that I have concerns with for Vietnam, and get your opinion on that. See what you have to say. But anyway, guys, let's see. If you want to settle in a country and want to change girls every day until you die, which country do you recommend? I'm do that in the country. It just depends on what city you want to go to in either country. I don't really have a recommendation. I hadn't tried that, BB. Sorry, bud. John, best place in Vietnam is Vung Tau. Not familiar with it. Yep, hit me up. Okay, I'll do that, Eli. Get the sleeper. I hear you, Tim. I'm definitely going to get the sleeper train going north for sure. Absolutely. Hoi An in Vietnam. Hoi An. I'm not sure whether, I guess that's a city. But gentlemen, it has been nice talking with you, nice chatting. Da Nang, that's on the beach, and I believe that's on the beach. I would like to go there, Eli. So it's been good talking with you guys. More information coming up, as I said, on the other content. I have that coming out, and you guys can decide whether or not you want to engage in that. It's completely, totally optional. I'm not taking any content away from YouTube. I'm just adding more over on that site. So anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. And I thank you all very, very much for coming out, hanging out. And special thanks to one guy in the chat. He knows who he is. And everybody else, you guys take care. And we'll talk to you on the next chat. I'll try to do this at some point during the week. Catch you guys up, give you a little info on what's coming next. Everybody have a great night or a great morning. See you soon.